Well, folks, this unfortunately is my 2020 Ford Escape. I wish I'd have never bought this car. It's the worst car I have ever owned in my life. And let me just start with, I don't know, something like the wheel well liners. These are made out of fabric. And I don't know if you can see a big hole right there. These are made out of cloth. They're falling apart. This is a cloth wheel well liner. Who in the world will use that kind of material on these? It's junk. Let's go back here to the back side of the car. And by the way, those cloth wheel well things that are falling apart, that is problematic on this side of the car, where when it does fall apart, it can get up into the gas fill and fill your car's gas tank with water. Here's another problem. See these things? They just fell through. Now I can't get that out of there, and Ford would probably want to charge me a bunch of money to fix that, but I'm gonna allow them to try to fix it. Here's another one. This one's, you can see it's ready to fall through. It wants to. It's just barely hanging on. I'm sure the other ones will fall through at some point here quick too. Let's go inside. Here's, you hear that? Gotta love that, right? Barely closes. Window doesn't go down. This is a defective spot weld in the door. And now they have to replace the door. Window won't go down. Same thing on this side, on that door. All right, let's go to the rest of the car. Infotainment center. This thing comes on inadvertently. Just driving on the road, it'll decide to come on. Who knows why? This thing has rattles and squeaks all over the place. So far, the vehicle's had 10 recalls. God knows what else is wrong with the thing. And don't get me wrong. I'm not against Ford in any way. As a matter of fact, my last vehicle was a 2009 Ford Escape. Same color even as this. I loved that vehicle. It was a great vehicle. I would much rather have that vehicle being 15 years older and with far more mileage on it than this vehicle. That car was a 6-cylinder. This is a 3-cylinder EcoBoost. This barely gets any better gas mileage than that vehicle did. And that was a far higher quality vehicle. This thing has so many problems. And now, this is great. Let's start the car up and let's put it into reverse, because here's what happens when you put it in reverse. Now I have to listen to, it's not going to do it this time. Yep, there you go. It wants to beep at everything, and it does it a whole bunch, quite often. And that's because of those sensors falling apart. What are some of the other issues that I have with this vehicle? There's just so many. Of course, part of those recalls was the transmission and the engine, and problems with coolant leaking into the engine. Once that happens, you're totally screwed. You're going to need a new engine. The plastic is just horrible on this thing. Scratches so easy. The car tells you that it spies on you, by the way. That's really nice. Just so many problems with this vehicle. The blower motor, oh my gosh, this thing sounds like a jet engine when you turn it on. Just so noisy. And this is a 2020. It's only 4 years old, going on 5, but still only 4-year-old vehicle, and it's falling apart at the seams. The little latches in the back, in the hatch, that are supposed to tie things down. Lowe's open up this noisy door again. These are all busted. Yeah, these things. I have it pushed down right now, and I don't want to pull it, but those things are crap. The engineering, or lack of it, the poor quality materials. And get this, I called customer care about this vehicle. I emailed them, actually. I emailed 5 different departments, and a couple days later they did call me, actually, and they called me back and said, and I told them the long list of problems that I was having with this vehicle, And I know I'm forgetting some. I should have wrote down a list. Anyway, I told them about the problems I was having with this vehicle. And they said, okay, we'll see what we can do. We'll call you back within 48 hours. That was 8 days ago or 9 days ago. They haven't contacted me back. So apparently their customer service, customer care as they call it, is just as good as the crappy vehicles that they are now building. This thing is a hunk of junk. I would not recommend this vehicle or any Ford vehicle at this point. Now I'm going to show this video to Ford, tell them that I'll allow you to make it right. But if you don't want to make it right, I am going to upload this video, leave a bunch of bad reviews, and possibly litigate. This is bullcrap. I'm still paying on this vehicle. I depend on this vehicle just like most people depend on their vehicles. And if you can't build something that's dependable, that's not going to fall apart, then shame on you, Ford. I will never buy another one of your vehicles if you can't make this right. That's about all I have to say. This is not my normal kind of video, but this really pisses me off. This car is just garbage.